Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, February 1st, 2021, and we begin with 100 million Americans waking up to a monster winter storm and maybe a day off from school. Orlena ramped up to a nor'easter and roared into the mid-Atlantic overnight with blizzard conditions and as much as 2 feet of snow possible from D.C. to Boston. Meteorologists are calling the cold blast monumental. The worst of it is hitting today, but should wrap up by tomorrow, just in time for Groundhog Day. For those who geek out on weather, Orlena is the same system that dumped 15 inches of rain on California last week, wiped out part of the scenic highway near Big Sur, and blasted Chicago with snow over the weekend. 2 tenacious teens from Long Island, New York are determined to help seniors get their shots. Ava and Lily Weinstein saw firsthand how hard it was for their own grandparents to navigate the vaccine sign-up system, realized others were probably struggling as well, and decided to do something about it. The girls printed out flyers with their phone number and handed them out in their community. Anyone who needs assistance can give them a call, and the teens will take care of making the appointments as slots open up. So far, they've reportedly got 200 seniors on a wait list of lending a hand to those older and not necessarily tech-savvy. Lily says it's the best feeling in the world. They just love that we are so ready to help them. While we all wait for shots, masks become a must for U.S. travelers at 11:59 tonight. The CDC, which lays down health rules for Americans, is ordering everyone to cover up while on planes, trains, subways, ferries, ride shares, and ships. Most required it before, but now not doing so will be a violation of federal law. In the meantime, there's some good news for students. Health experts said this weekend that schools should be the last to close and the first to reopen when shutdowns are needed. Dr. Fauci added to the optimism. He believes teens might get their shots as early as late spring, and when they do, might only need one because this week, Johnson & Johnson will ask for emergency authorization of its vaccine, which, although not as effective as Pfizer and Moderna, still gives significant protection, is easier to store, and only requires a single dose. Not sure what you want to listen to? Spotify might have the answer. Newly approved technology will let the Music Hub listen in on your conversations to determine your mood. Specifically, it will combine the stress and rhythm of speech with a bunch of other collected information, then spit out songs and advertisements based on whether it decides you're happy, angry, sad, or neutral. The company believes customers will get past being creeped out because it'll be so much easier than answering questions and training the app to learn musical taste. Spotify has the green light to move forward, but it's not yet clear if it will. According to 9 to 5 Mac, many companies trademark products that, for one reason or another, they never end up using. If your mood is pointing you toward a roller coaster, you're in luck. The world's tallest, longest, and fastest single-rail ride will open later this year at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. It's called the Jersey Devil. Thrill seekers will sit single file and low with legs straddling the track before climbing 130 feet skyward to launch into a Raven dive and zero-gravity roll at 58 miles an hour. The engineers have been busy since the project was announced in 2019, and last week they put the final piece of the Scream machine in place. The brave can expect to climb aboard later this year. In other KidNuz notes, there's been a blockbuster trade in the NFL. The Detroit Lions just sent quarterback Matthew Stafford to the LA Rams in exchange for Rams quarterback Jared Goff. According to ESPN, it's the first exchange of former number 1 overall picks since 1967. And astronauts will venture outside the International Space Station this morning. They'll be working on a science platform and upgrading some batteries. The walk will take about 6.5 hours, and live coverage can be found on NASA TV beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz. How much snow is expected to fall in the Northeast today? Up to 2 feet. Why are two teenage sisters from New York in the news? They're helping sign up seniors for shots. What kicks in at 11:59 tonight? A new order requiring all travelers in the U.S. to wear masks on public transit. Where will the world's tallest and fastest single-rail roller coaster open later this year? At Six Flags in New Jersey. In One for the Road, what looks to be a happy ending for a puppy stood up for an adoption not once, not twice, but 3 times. Jack is a 10-month-old American bully born with a spinal cord disorder known as spina bifida. He has to wear a diaper, but was all ready for his forever home, again, all bathed, dressed up in his fancy harness, and driven 40 minutes by his foster humans, only to have the trip end in another disappointment. Since then, his story has gone viral and basically melted the internet. His Ohio shelter has now received more than 280 applications to adopt him, and the president of the Peaches Bully Rescue in Westchester says she's pretty sure Jack will have a family in a week or 2. Now to our teachers making our day by playing KidNuz in the classroom. A big hello to Mrs. Blanchard and Team Blanchard at Vanguard Charter Academy in Wyoming, Michigan, Mrs. Bose at Washington Irving in Durant, Oklahoma, Mrs. Zismer at Hillcrest STEAM Academy in Belton, Missouri, and Ms. Niles at Nye Elementary in San Diego, California. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you have a moment, please rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.